how proud you must be of this team today and just the effort they gave to be shorthanded Alabama to start out like they did and to come out and then put on a performance like that.
No, I was, I didn't know what to expect. We had 2 days, and I apologize to everybody out there that I shut down practice to scouts and everybody because we needed 2 days to get ready with how the hell are we going to play? What do we do? Who are the subs? Do we sub? Do I use my timeouts, which I've done in the past, to give them rests? That's what I did today and said, look, we're riding this group. Low turnovers. The big guys got turnovers. The guards had, Kellen had too. Davion played that whole game. They were, I was yelling at the staff because the staff saying, you got to get Kellen out. He's exhausted. You got to get Kellen out. He's exhausted. And then he bangs a three. You want me to take him out? You want him out? So if anybody was close enough to the bench saying, he yells at everybody. Yeah, I yell at everybody. Only person I can't yell at is the princess. She won't take it. She's like, no, not happening.
Kyle, last week you said you could account for one of Ty or Severe being out, but not both of them. You accounted for today. So what does that say about this team's potential long term?
Like I told him after, we got great depth. And just so you know, we have prepared for both Kellen, Davion to be point guards because we've done it in practice. And Davion more so than Kellen. Now, the reason I started with Kellen on the baseline is I wanted Quinterly off the ball. I did not want him to guard the ball. I wanted somebody else to guard the ball. So we had 2 point guards, so whoever Quinterly was guarding, we put in the grinder. They made all those threes early, and I kept telling the guys, look, we think they're going to make 30 today? Just play. We gave up offensive rebounds. We had late shot threes, but we hung around. And this is I keep saying this, I like my team. There are good teams out there, but I'm taking this one.
Yeah, Cal, I'm not sure I've ever seen a guy who's as good a shooter as Kellen be so deferential at times. Was today potentially big for him because it just put it squarely on his shoulders that you got to shoot, you got to score for us today?
Well, there's 2 things that happened today. We had to go through Oscar. We had to. And I told Oscar, I don't care if the guy's 7'8", you got to get baskets and get fouled. The second thing I told the guys, and I told them at the shoot-around, you got to make shots. I jumped Jacob today at the shoot-around. I normally don't do that at shoot-around. Tom was there, so Tom knows because he was like 2 for 11. You can't go through a shoot-around and go 2 for 11 because now your mentality is you're not making shots in the game. So after he started making shots, and what did he do today? Made shots, made free throws, and I told him, you're going to have to make some jumpers. I didn't say threes. But if you have them, I was happy to see Keon make a 3. But that's not who he is. He's a mid-range 2-point shooter, and you know what? One of the best in the country. What he did today, he started and got absolutely pushed shot. It wasn't good. But the way he played in the second half, that's who he is. And that's all I'm going to accept. Now, the greatest thing for him, he knows now I can start slow and I can sit down for a minute and get myself in the right frame of mind. And I keep telling these guys, you can't listen to the poison. You can't listen to it wherever it's coming from. Just stay focused on each other.
Yeah, John, there were times earlier when you said that you're established. People saw what we did at Kansas. People saw what we did to Tennessee here. Does this game move to the top of that list?
I don't know. I mean, doing that, what we did at Kansas, that was done before at Kansas. I think it was 1942. So I would tell you what we did there was pretty big. What we did to Tennessee, when you see how good they are. Like, they're really, really good. And what we did here, But this game was doing a different thing. Now you're shorthanded, and guys have to step up. I showed the guys a tape that was done of Nick Saban, Coach Saban, talking about being ready for your opportunity. And part of it was you're worried about the results. You're results oriented. I need more shots. I need more minutes. I got to get there. Versus I'm going to be the best and train myself to be the best at the position I have. So when you do get a chance, you're ready to go. Like, we got some guys that haven't played. I thought Davion did good again. He did. Or Damian, did good again. So I'm not afraid to play him. I thought Lance did good when we had to put him at 4 because we were getting manhandled at that position. But those guys are ready to step in and help, and they were all happy after the game. The whole locker room, they were happy with each other. And Xavier and Tai thanked them, because they couldn't play, and those two want to play. They may be out another couple games. I need them healthy before March. We don't need them to play hurt. If we can't win a game because they're not there, then we don't win the game. If this group chooses to play to win, we'll have a chance. But it's hard, and Alabama's a good team. They made 14 threes and lost. I don't know if you just heard what I said. We have our guards out, and we have 7 turnovers.
When you're at full strength, you're pretty scary. Does this give you confidence that you can make a run, a deep run, if you're shorthanded?
Here's what I would say. Again, because I've done this a long time and I've been in a lot of these one game and you're out deals, if you're playing with a short roster, you've got to be really lucky that you're not going to have guys in foul trouble, that you're not going to get somebody hurt. But if you have a deep roster, even if you choose not to play them all, but they're there, and what you're going to try to do with the deep roster is get everybody in the first half and then shorten the rotation to win the game in the second half. The more players on your roster that can help you, the more room for error. Stuff goes wrong, and you're okay. So I've had both. I've had my one UMass team, I played 5 guys, 37 minutes each. And we were fine, and we made it to the game against Kentucky, who had 11 NBA players we had to go against, but that game in the semifinal. But you can do it, but I'm saying very dangerous. Dangerous if you're playing 5, 6 guys.
John, I'm sorry, it took me a moment to unmute. Can you say why you kept Xavier and Tai on the sideline? Is it an injury, illness, something else?
They're both injured. They're both injured. And it's one of those, we just don't need nagging. So if they got to take another week off, take a week off.
There was a time where Jacob went down and was holding his face with all the nicks and knocks you guys have had. What goes through your mind when you see another guy down?
He got hit in the face. It was a foul. That was what I thought. And then somebody said Pat and I went nose to nose. I like Pat. He's a good guy. So he charged me, but I'm good.
John, who do you think turned the program, turned the game around in the first half when you were kind of manning around with the bad lead? I think you went on 10-0 run. What do you think turned that game around?
I thought Keon, his aggressive defense and rebounding changed the game for us at that point. Instead of them getting rebounds and baskets where they just drive and shoot a layup, all of a sudden the threes they were making, which were guarded, they're not making now. And then we offensively, I kept telling the staff, stop talking about the offense. We're fine. we played the game a little different today. If you could imagine, we had 2 practices to put a game plan together that was different than we normally would play. We grounded out. That's how we played today, and still scored 91 points. But I felt that's how we were going to have to play with a short roster.
Coach, after games like this, do you feel that your team is learning to play winning basketball on both ends?
Christos, I didn't hear. It was kind of garbled. Say it one more time.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yes, I got you.
Okay. Do you feel after games like this, wins like this, that your team is learning to play winning basketball?
Yes. Yeah, well, we made 2 plays. We tried to post Oscar 12 feet off the block, and there was one other play that I said, Kellen in front of our bench, like putting the ball down where they could get it. You just don't do those things. Those are not smart basketball plays. What if it was a 4-point game? We could have lost the game. What if there were fouls that they would get with that, 2 shots? So, but the way we played and used the clock and created shots, look, and you could say what you want. Well, you banked 2 in. Do you know how many shots are banked in against us? Like, it's incredible. Guys from half court bank them in. So when we bank one in, I said, finally, we get one to bank in. But, they're getting better. They're learning how to win, and it's a good group. I'm telling you, every day I go to practice, I enjoy myself.
Yes, Cal, you've mentioned on occasion that Kellen kind of played the role he had today during his time at Davidson. Is that kind of what you leaned on a little bit when he had to kind of be that lead guard at times?
I teased him and I said, you played point guard against us your freshman year at Davidson when we played you, I think, in San Antonio. And he said, a little bit, but my senior year, I played point guard. I'm not sure he's telling me the truth, but I think he's the kind of guard we've had here, the Tyrese Maxey, the Manuel Quickleys, the Shea Alexanders, Jamal Murrays, Brandon Knights. They're basketball players. They can play on the ball and off the ball. And what I kept saying, that's where the game is going. Harden now is in Philly. Do you think that Tyrese is going to have the ball in his hands all the time? He's not. But you know what? He can play the other way. He'll go get 40 points because he can play off the ball because that's what he learned. Well, I'm not coming there unless the ball's in my hand the whole time. We don't play that. Learn to be a basketball player. Learn to play on the ball, off the ball, in pick and rolls. Learn to lift and drive. Make baskets late in the shot clock. So he's done good. I'm happy that, he kind of, wow, I didn't know he was that much at the 3-point line. How about he gets 2 turnovers? What's wrong with this kid?
3 more, Larry, Kyle, and then Daryl.
You talked several times this year about how well your team focuses on the game plan and what you want done. Is this the best example yet of that, what they were able to do today?
Not early. We went under some dribble handoffs. We had some miscommunication on simple dribble handoffs, like big to guard, things that we didn't do. And all we said is you got to settle in defensively. I said, we're playing well offensively. We're playing well enough to win. But you can't just keep giving them open shots. It's their game. And they took 40. And I know there's people that want me to coach that way. I'm fine. Nate's an unbelievable coach. He does a great job. Has turned that thing into a monster. There's all kind of ways of doing this. I've done this for a lot of years. And I've changed and tweaked and brought in the dribble drive and then talked positionless basketball and, played 3-point guards different times and had some 3-point shooting teams. But 30% of the shots will be threes for us. Sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. But when you look at Bill Self, pretty good coach. His numbers are about the same. 28, 30%. Well, we should take 60% should be threes and play all guard. Come on, man. We're at Kentucky. What are we playing for, Larry? You're muted, so it's good. Stay muted. But we're playing for March to put ourselves in a position to win national titles. It's what we do here. Let me thank the fans. Wow. Unbelievable environment. When we were dying, they never start booing. They don't boo. They were cheering us on. And when we made that run at the end of the half, the last 4 minutes, the way we guarded, they cheered on the guard, the rebound, how we defended. That's what they know what to cheer. They know what to push the buttons. Greatest fan. I love these fans. And I'm telling you again, they'll go back and they'll watch this tape 3 times. I watch it once. I get one. You won't believe this. I watched the game being played. When I watch the tape, there's some things I'm trying to look at to make sure I was either right or wrong. There's some things I may have gotten on a player about. I want to make sure I'm right in what I did. And if I'm wrong, Larry, I apologize. And I tell them I was wrong. Here's what happened in that play. They know. So they don't have to get upset with me if I'm wrong. They know. He's going to go see it on the tape, and he'll apologize. But I know our fans are going to watch it 3 and 4 times. I say have fun and cheer again and just pause it. I wonder if this one goes in. You already watched it 3 times. You know it's going in. But that's what makes this a unique place, the fans. And the fans I keep coming back to, they're not moved. This is about this program. And when the next coach is here, they'll be about this program and about these kids. That's what Coach Rupp started this. The rest of us rent the seat. So, again, let me thank the fans. Guys, I got to go out and do this radio show. It's 9 o'clock at night. I'd like to get home tonight, see my wife. I got some friends in. But I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, Kellen, I wonder how sort of gratifying on the scale of wins when you know you're down the way you guys are down, not only on the scoreboard, but, and who was available to you to be able to pull together as a group. And I think 4 of you had, double figures and major impacts in this game. Just for the rest of you to gut it out like that, how gratifying of a win is one like this?
Man, I am incredibly. I am so proud of our effort. I mean, look, we had 5 guys play 36 or more minutes, and some guys didn't start great and showed a lot of resilience and finished strong. I mean, being down our 2 lead guards and having to adjust, with like 36 hours of preparation and figuring out how we were going to play today. And, I mean, we scored 90 points without our 2 primary lead guards. So, and just the resiliency that we showed. I mean, we were down for the first 15 minutes, 7 to 10 points the whole half. They were just hitting threes left and right, it seemed. I think it shows a lot about our team when Alabama makes 14 threes and we win the game. So credit to our guys.
Kent Spencer.
Kellen, 25 points today. Did you feel a sense of urgency to have this kind of game, especially with the role that you were going to have to play?
I tried not to think about, okay, this is my opportunity to go get 20. I figured just naturally that there were going to be more opportunities for me to shoot the ball and to be involved and have the ball in my hands. But what was most important to me was to try to lead and to, Xavier and Tai are a certain type of point guard. I know what I am. So my goal was to get the ball across the court and allow the 5 of us to play. Initiate, make a first pass, allow the first pass to be easy, and then let us play. And that's what we did. And I just hope that the rest would take care of itself, and thankfully it did.
Kellen, you've been around college basketball for a while now. What, with that experience, has struck you most about John Calipari's coaching style as he's built a different kind of roster and adapted to injuries, all those things this year?
He just wants to go to war with the guys that will fight. He reminded us, at the end of the day, I need 5 guys. And he says to us sometimes, I believe in some of you guys more than you think, more than you believe in yourself. And he, like I said, some guys struggle, and he stuck with guys and really challenged them and forced them to rise to the occasion, and guys did. In my experience in college, this was probably one of the most rewarding wins I've ever been a part of. Just knowing what we were up against. Alabama just beat Arkansas, who just beat Auburn, so that was a huge win for them. And we were down a couple guys, pivotal guys on our team, who really make things go for us, and we responded. So, like I said, I'm really proud of our team.
Tell me, how long did you guys practice that play where you turn your back, let it hit you in the butt, and you pick it up and hit that 3-point shot? And when something like that happens, do you just kind of know it's just going to be our day?
I think I don't know how many I made before that, but I don't think I had missed that half so far. And I went from getting screamed at to getting applauded within about a second and a half. So I don't know, it hit me, and they didn't steal it, thankfully, and then I just realized I was wide open, so I let it go.
You are confidence-wise right now about your game, and how big is the contribution of Coach Cal to you and your game overall?
He instills a lot of confidence in not just me, but a lot of our guys. Just some of the shots I take here are because I know that he wants me to shoot the ball. I know I have the freedom to let the ball go. That's a great feeling as a player, as a scorer, and specifically as a shooter. When your coach will literally take you out if you pass up one shot, that's a pretty good feeling. It allows you to, other than your own confidence, it allows for a little bit of an extra edge when you're letting the ball go.
Kellen, I hope I can ask too. Coach Cal said that he showed you guys a film or video of Nick Saban just talking about next man up or opportunity. Can you describe the setting and what you think you guys got out of that, if anything?
It was an incredible message, a very candid message. But he essentially said, when guys go down, you've either put in the work as if you're going to be playing a lot, so when your opportunity comes, you rise to the occasion, or you revert to moping and doing the woe is me approach. I'm paraphrasing, but and when your opportunity comes, you're not ready. And I think that was a good message for us when we were down 2 starters for us to hear. And it doesn't just apply to the guys that don't play a lot. It applies to guys who we're going to have a larger role in a game like today that do play a lot. So I think it was a well-received message.
You struggled some scoring-wise at Tennessee.
That was
a
awful.
Motivation? Is that a motivating thing, or is it just one thing that happens and you move on?
No, there was definitely on the back of my mind. I understand that's part of a grueling, long season. That's part of league play. Credit to Tennessee. They essentially didn't let me seemingly get a touch. They did a really good job keeping me from getting good looks. But Cal made a point that ultimately they worked harder to keep me from shooting than I worked to find ways to get free. And I think today I remedied that a bit, and but at the end of the day, I try to put it in the rearview mirror. Everyone's going to have games where they go 2 for 9 or 4 for 14 or whatever. So just try to put it behind us and get ready for the next one.
Two more, Tim and Kyle.
Obviously, this was a gratifying win, as you said, but do you draw anything from it as far as what it might mean if you have to play shorthanded down the stretch or in the tournament?
Yeah, it shows how good of a team we are, and that we're well equipped to be able to handle adversity and rise to challenges like today. The country knows what we are at full strength. I mean, we've proven that. But this just shows the grit and some of the resilience to us that we were able to. I mean, that's a good team, a very good team who can really hurt you from three. Like I said, they made 14 threes, and we found a way to win the game and score 90 points. So it speaks a lot about our team, I think.
Kyle finishes off, and then we'll have Jacob in.
Kellen, you've said multiple times this year that you actually like the sort of the build-up when you are about to let a shot go more than the actual reaction. I wonder if you want to revise that based on the corner three.
No,
before halftime. I think that might have been I've heard this place all year.
Keon told me that was the loudest he's ever heard it. So no, I take. Well, I'm not going to fully take it back because like I said, that is a rewarding feeling. But what happened today, that tops that feeling. That was incredible. So credit to our fans. They really helped spark our run. It started when we were on defense, when we needed some pivotal stops. Their energy and their enthusiasm, I think, gave us a little extra pep to our step, and then we were able to convert on offense, and it changed the whole dynamic of the game. So, thanks, Kyle. Thanks, guys.
Jacob, I wanted to ask you if you called bank on that three.
To be honest, as soon as I let the ball go, I saw it was going to be long, and I saw it was going to hit the backboard, but I never called it. I was just hoping it went in, but we see it went in, so we're good.
It looked like you got hit in the face or something. How? What exactly happened? And obviously you're not hurt, but what happened?
It was just we were going for a rebound, and someone like smacked down and like scratched my eyelid, so it's a little puffy, but I'm straight. I've been through worse.
Jacob is one of the guys who went through last season and everything that was involved there. Are days like this more enjoyable for you? And maybe at what point did you realize this team was as good as it was?
Yeah, it just shows, like, in past games, when people were injured, people were questioning the depth of this team. It just shows how good of a team we are, how well not just me, but my teammates are, and how like we could just step up in big moments and perform. And that's what we did today with Ty and Xavier out. So that was big for not just everyone to see that we are deep, but it's big for us to know that we have the players to play when people are either injured or out.
Ken Spencer.
Yeah, Jacob, what did you think about the way that Kellen was able to play today, and how bad did you guys need something like that with your starting backcourt out?
Kellen played out of his mind, to be honest. He was hitting shots left and right. To be able to step into the point guard position, not a lot of people know that he played point guard his senior year at Davidson, so people try to play up on him, but he still got his shots off. He still ran the team, and I think he did an excellent job doing that.
Jacob, early there where it seemed like Alabama was hitting every shot, you guys were down 13, 15 points. You've got two starters sitting over on the bench. What enabled you guys to stay together enough to get back in the game and then come out and play like you did? I mean, was there something magical, or what happened there?
This is Kentucky basketball. People come into our arena, we go to people's arenas, and the first 5 minutes of the game, everyone's hitting every shot because they're excited to play Kentucky. That's how it is all the time, and we already know. Coach always emphasizes stay in the course, just keep grinding it out, and that's what we do. We kept running, we kept getting into their legs, and guess what? They stopped making shots late in that first half, so we just got to keep pushing through things and know basketball is a game of runs, and that's what we did.
Jacob, you mentioned Kentucky basketball. What is the real meaning? What is Kentucky basketball represents this season, and what is the most enjoyable part of your game overall this season?
I just love this team so much, and everyone else feels the same way. We have a bond that no one's going to break. Through anything, we're going to stick together, and I think that's the big part about it. When we're on the court together, we're going to fight for each other because we all want to win. We all know what the end goal is, and we're all pushing for that end goal.
Jerry, back to you. Go ahead, Jerry.
I'm sorry, I forgot my question. There's so much going on here. I wonder as a basketball player, I thought of it, sorry. I wonder as a basketball player, when you see Kellen, he wasn't kind of paying attention and the ball's rolling towards him. And he gets it and swishes the shot. As a basketball player, what does that, how do you process that?
I'm not going to lie, I ran down the court with my hand on my head. Like, that was a wild shot. It just shows how on fire he was. He was just hitting shots, like I said, left and right, and it was big for us in this game.
Larry Vaughn.
It looked like you looked at the stat sheet, something or a few things maybe kind of surprised you. When you look at that stat sheet, what impresses you the most, surprises you the most, or whatever?
I'm just looking at the minutes played. We played a lot of minutes, some of us. There was 3 guys who played 39 minutes, 2 guys who played 37 minutes. So, like, it just shows how much effort and how much will we are to put in to win games. And it's just a lot. It says a lot about this team. It says a lot about our grit, and it says a lot about how bad we want to win games.
Kyle Tucker.
Yeah, Jacob, was there anything that happened? There's been a lot of talk about the 36 hours to figure this out. Cal said he shut down practice, everybody from the outside, so you guys could figure out. He said, how the hell we're going to play, without two really important guys. Was there anything about the preparation, any specific thing he did over the last 2 days that gave you some confidence that this was going to happen, or led to what happened today?
I mean, first, I believe it comes with inner confidence. You got to have the confidence to play when your name is called, and that was the main thing, just having confidence to play the game. But second, Davion and Kellen being able to step into that point guard position and run this team when they usually don't do that was definitely big time. But Coach always emphasized, like, we're going to need more guys to step up, and I think Keon did a good job of that. I think other people did a very good job of stepping up and making plays and doing little things that helped us win this game. So we weren't really worried about this game. We knew who we were as a team, and we knew that we could come into this game and win without our 2 main guards.
Jacob, those wins like this against the Alabama, what it speaks about the mindset of that group?
Excuse me?
Those type of wins against the Alabama, what does it mean? What does it speak about the mindset that you have this season?
This is about, Coach always emphasized this is about March. So it helps us better understand that going into March, we have all the tools that we need to win games. So this is definitely preparing us for March.